Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wrestleview Weekly. It is November the 24th, 2019. Oh boy, is there a lot of stuff to talk about today after being on hiatus last week because of all my friends coming over and celebrating my new job and stuff. So, welcome to the show, a very special early edition of Wrestleview Weekly because of stuff that I'm about to get into in a second. But as always, if you are in the chat room now, oh wait, I gotta introduce myself. I am Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host alongside the always fragrant Mike Tedesco, editor-in-chief of Wrestleview.com, where we cover all of the major WWE pay-per-views immediately following them, including tonight's Survivor Series, the series of the Survivors that is happening tonight at 7 o'clock. You can catch us on here on the Wrestleview channel of the YouTubes. So, all right, now that I've gotten the formalities out of the way, it's time for the big formality. If you are in the chat room now, say "wee." If you are not, I will probably not see you saying "wee" because you are not in there. So here we go. Hello, CJ. Hello, Mashoon. Hello, Jamel. Hello, Gills. Hello. Who else is in there? Everyone go, "wee!" Holy hell, this is going to be a heck of a show. Cannot wait for this one to keep on going. Everyone go, "wee!" Okay. On the show tonight, Jacob went, "wee!" Today on the show, gonna be, I don't know if it'd be considered a short and sweet show. Normally I do a lot of recapping and reviewing of pro wrestling TV, of the WWE, the AEW, and the AWA Power variety. But I figure we ought to talk a little bit about what happened last night on the NXT Takeover Wargames pay-per-view. I'm sorry, I call it Wargames. That William Regal would talk about. Gonna talk a little bit about that program. Why didn't that thingy post? Do what I tell you. There we go. Sorry about that. Gonna talk a little bit about that. A whole slew of news down the pipe, especially of the NWA Power variety. And if you didn't catch it on the Twitters earlier this week, a nice little conversation that we can have about an independent wrestler, but at the same time, I'd like to kind of talk about talking on the Twitter and how it can be kind of confusing to many. Go ahead and put it that way. Also, predictions for the Survivor Series pay-per-view. 8 matches slated on the card. 8 predictions we're going to be making. Half of those being locked picks. For those of you who are not familiar by what a locked pick is on this show, I make predictions on the show, and if I am very confident in said pick, I will lock said prediction. And if I fail to be successful, if I fail in that prediction, we take a shot of the Luna Azul Blanco tequila. In the past, I have not been very good with this because I still owe for a failed lock pick back during the, I think it was the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. Can't remember. I know, but I still owe for one locked pick, so we're going to be taking care of that in a little bit. And finally, this is the day you've all been waiting for. This is a very epico edition of the WWE Milk Carton. It has happened. It has finally happened. The Milk Carton has its first member of the Hall of Fame. Even though I still can't think of how to really christen this or make this a fabulous way to introduce it. But this is an incredibly epico edition of the WWE Milk Carton. Yes, it's a very, very exciting time. And who knows, we may have another very, very exciting time come up for the WWE milk carton. So, yes, cannot wait to talk about that. But, all right, so first off, we need to, what is next up slated on? Oh, yeah, the sources. My sources are always very, very good. And so, I can't remember, what was the moniker that we gave for this? I cannot remember the moniker that we gave for this container. I know it's a growler, but as always, I have the Chalice of Truth. We have the Stein of Redemption. I'm trying to remember what our growler is called. Can't remember. Cannot remember for the life of me. But our sources today are within this growler of insert adjective. It is from Sycamore Brewery down in Charlotte, North Carolina. I say down because it's south from me. And it is called the Special Brownies Stout. It is a chocolate stout made with organic chocolate chips. Good stuff. It is a 7.2 ABV. I had some of this earlier last week. Very open. I demand you open. I got to have my sources. There we go. Special brownies. Yes, CJ, special brownies is what they are. Yes, it would be illegal if they were that special. So, yes, Sycamore Brewing, special brownies, chocolate stout. Yes. Oh, very good. Very good. Good strong chocolate on that stout. Good stuff. And we'll make a great chaser for my final failed lock that I've been paying back for like the past 3 weeks. So let's just get this. Let's just get this over with. At least it's only one. At least it's only one lock and not two. Because the past shows that I've been doing, where I've had to do 2 locks, God, they hurt. They really hurt. But I think one won't be as bad. This might be the first time, and I can't remember the last time I've only done 1 lock. So who knows? Yes. All right. So let's just go ahead and pour it. Here is the double shot glass for the Cleveland Indians that I got on my birthday earlier this year in July. Okay, gotta be fair. I think that looks to be about 1. What do you think? Is that's a good 1? I think doesn't look too far over 1 because I know it's a fatter glass over on the top. So yeah, that looks to be about a 1 right there. Okay, this is going to be a very, very interesting Wrestleview Live following the Survivor Series pay-per-view because I don't know if I want to pay up on some of the locks on that show or on tonight's show or not. We'll see. We'll see how bad I do. Who knows? But, all right, here we go. I'm fairly confident in taking this one because, again, it's not 2. It's not going to hurt as much. But it's still the motto. Jamel got it right. The motto in the chat room still is as it always has been. All right. So, yeah, I'm feeling very confident in this one. It's not as intimidating. It's not as intimidating. So, here we go. Everyone knows it in the chat room. And here we go. Here's to me not knowing shit about professional wrestling. It still tastes horrible. It still tastes disgusting. Okay. Got that out of the way. I hope not to touch that for a while. Okay. So did you all check out NXT Takeover Wargames last night? I was able to. I didn't watch it live. Came back from a very rainy, very muddy trip to the Renaissance Festival yesterday. And so Oh, Mashoon asking how my liver's feeling. Oh, it's doing okay. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Had a caramel porter before doing the show, and here we are. We're feeling pretty good. Went to the Renaissance Festival in the afternoon yesterday, and got back home around 7:30ish, quarter till 8ish, something like that. Turned on the pay-per-view a little after 8 o'clock, and I figured to just start from the beginning. Don't get on the Twitters or the Facebooks. Just watch it from the beginning. Take it in. This was, in my opinion, I think this was the third WarGames pay-per-view that the WWE NXT has done, and I think it is probably the best. It was very well-paced. Very well-paced show, but I want to talk a lot about the pacing of the show when it comes to why no NXT pay-per-views are so much better than the WWE's. Yeah, we're going to definitely talk about that. So let's just go ahead and do it right now. Ugh. Oh, boy. Ugh. All right. Pay-per-view hangover. NXT Takeover Wargames. All right. Gonna go right now, just go down the card about this. Jamel saying, I've been assembling a new bed frame and am bone tired and ready for the show. Whee! I don't blame you. I don't blame you right there. Quick little encapsulated recapping of the WarGames Takeover NXT type thing. Women's WarGames match of Team Ripley versus Team Baszler. Team Ripley's got Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Tegan Nox, and Dakota Kai because Mia Yim was injured on the go-home episode of NXT. And no, it wasn't. It was 2 weeks ago where she lost in the ladder match against Io Shirai to get advantage in the WarGames match and she got boo-boos. And so she couldn't go. And Shayna Baszler's team is of Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and the NXT UK Women's Champ, Bayley. The women's match was fantastic. Not in that, just the stuff within the match was great, especially Io Shirai getting on the ropes and whee! Jumping and walking over the top ropes to boing, boing, whee! Do the drop kick on Candice LeRae. That's a good fun spot. You go, whee! Okay, that's enough of that. Was a really fun women's match in that we got the turn. We got the swerve. We got a swerve of Dakota Kai, if we can find it. Coming through the cage. Tegan Nox is still in the cage. Dakota's like, you know what? Nah, screw all this. Nah, just goes right after Tegan Nox. Not a happy camper. And falls right into place with all of the storytelling they've been doing with NXT about how Dakota Kai was on the team, but then she was knocked off because she was not medically cleared or she was just too hurt. And so Mia Yim took her place. Then Mia Yim got hurt. And so on the last second of the show, Dakota Kai was added to the match. And when I heard that she was added to the match, I was like, oh yeah, we're going to get some shenanigans on this one. And with her attacking Tegan Nox, slamming her head into the cage, slamming her knees in through the cage doors, made for fabulous, fabulous storytelling. Turned the entire match from a 4-on-4 match into a 4-on-2 match. CJ bringing up in the chat room say that this was better than Bayley's turn. Man. Let's go and just bring this up for debate, okay? Which turn for the females this year was the better turn? Is it Dakota Kai's or Bayley's? That's a good hangover question. Dakota Kai does not benefit from the years of character development that Bayley does. Okay? Bayley's heel turn, to me, was more monumental than Dakota Kai's. CJ saying, of course, they were vastly different heel turns. They're two vastly different characters with incredible amounts of historical references between the two characters. There's a big gap between the time frame of these two characters. I don't know if it's that people think Dakota Kai's was better just because she actually attacked someone to confirm the swerve. In that Bayley, she just changed her look and slashed her entrance ramp buddies, something like that. I think there are differences between the two. Big differences between the two characters. And I think it's a little unfair to say that one is better than the other because they're two vastly different people. Jamel saying Bayley's is better because she now has that sweet Karen, a.k.a. let me see your manager haircut. Well, sure. Yeah, I can totally see. Yeah, Bayley, looking at her, yes, she is a better heel from the look that she has than Dakota Kai. But let's be frank, it just started. Dakota Kai's just started here. But I can totally see how right now everyone's just really loving Dakota Kai's turn because she actually attacked someone to confirm and verify it. So, no, I'm not gonna parse words or really get mad about it. I'm gonna fix my curtain here a little bit. There, that was kind of bugging me. But it was a very good swerve, period. We're just going to put it that way. Was a great way to start off this show with a women's WarGames match, the first one ever. And within it, you've got this drama. And worked out perfectly. And also in the end, you would end up having the underdog team pull it off. Of course, we get some other weird, wacky spots. Okay, I got to brace myself. I've got to take a swig of the growler of something. All right. So, for some reason, we've got Candice LeRae doing top rope reverse Rana on Kaylee Ray, and Dakota Kai is just chilling out on the top of the cage. Dakota Kai and Io Shirai chilling out on the top of the cage. Then the other two are fighting down there, and she decides to just go whee off of the top of the cage. Oh, she made sure to take her time because, yeah, I sure as hell would take my time on top of that. Whee! On top of that cage. Anytime that I see anyone doing something on top of the cage where we have this kind of whee, this kind of setup like this, I get scared. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about just seeing the top of the cage and it has that scaffolding on the top of it, and I'm afraid that they're just not going to have really good grip or balance on top of that. Man, it's really, really scary. Whee! Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, all right, stop. How many more people? Okay. CJ, having Cena turn face in 04 just by aligning himself with Angle, was supposed to Team Lesnar. Yeah. Yeah. This match was fun. Match was very, very fun. The way that this would end up is, I think would be, what was it? Rhea Ripley ended up handcuffing herself to Shayna Baszler, where Shayna was trying to handcuff her to the ropes at one point, I'm sure. And Shayna would try to choke out Rhea Ripley. Then Ripley would handcuff her. And then Shayna would try to go for a clothesline. Ripley ducks, ends up in a pump handle, and gets slammed through a couple of chairs. And that's how we ended that match. Great finish. I thought it was just a great finish to this match. No qualms with it at all. Finn Balor is backstage warming up. He's going to be facing Matt Riddle later tonight. Okay. Oh, and Imperium is sitting at ringside, and Walter's there. And Walter, my God, I swoon. Oh, Walter. Walter is such a fun name. Okay. Triple threat match to determine who will face Adam Cole for the NXT title at Survivor Series tonight. Damian Priest, Killian Dane, Pete Dunne. Triple threat. Whoever wins is facing Adam Cole for this one. just go and face facts. When I heard when this was announced, I went, okay, it's going to be Pete Dunne. Period. Knew it was going to be Pete Dunne. Yeah, no qualms with that because, frankly, I couldn't see Damian Priest doing it. We're still trying to build his character within NXT. I couldn't see Killian Dane because he's right now going through a repackaging of sorts. But Pete Dunne had been on WWE enough, had been on pay-per-views enough for people to know who he is. So, yeah. Pete Dunne, oh boy, easy. It would have been an easy lock. And that was the one thing is that I couldn't make predictions on the NXT pay-per-view because, number one, it was on a Saturday, and I'm doing this show, so you can't do that. Oh, hi, Dave. And, no, I just couldn't do locks. And really, 4 matches, 2 locks? No, it's not worth it. But this match, pleasantly surprised by how well this match was. Everyone getting their form of offense in. The only qualm that I have with the match is that there were just too many kickouts and not enough breakups. You know, that's what I think makes tag team matches nowadays with the WWE and NXT so much better, is that to stop the 3 count, you have more of a breakup to the count rather than someone kicking out. You know, because in this match, there were so many big moves and so many big spots and kicking out. You're like, yeah, come on. Come on. But yeah, we got your spots. I'll give you some of the spots. Killian Dane, body slamming. Not exactly, but well, Michinoku driver on Pete Dunne while sitting on Damian Priest's face. Oh, that was a fun spot. I had fun with that one. I thought, oh, he's just going to slam him on top of him. Nah, nope. Take a seat. Oh, oof. And I had to watch it 2 or 3 times. Like, did he really sit on his face? No, he sat on his chest is what he did. But, oh, God. Okay. Dane doing more wacky shit on the outside again, doing a little Samoan drop, fall away slam spot on the 2 guys. The big takeaway that I'm taking from this match, and yes, Killian Dane takes someone through the barricade, doing a little cannonball through the barricade. Damian Priest is growing on me now. I know at first made fun of his look and all, and made him look like, what was it, like Chocolate Aleister Black, something like that, or Aleister Dark Chocolate, or Aleister Black. You know, it's kind of what it looked like. He had the physique and the look of Aleister Black. But now Damian Priest is growing on me. Oh, Taffy pull. That's right, Xantrix. I'm sorry. Taffy pulled Aleister Black. That's what he is because he's so lanky and skinny. Punishment Martinez, I know that's what he used to be before coming to NXT. Damian Priest is growing on me in that now he is certifying and separating himself as a character. You're finally seeing where you can put him in his own mold. Yes, he looks like Aleister Black, but he's taffy pulled or whatnot. But he has moves and stuff that are different from Aleister Black and different from the other 2 that we saw in this match that helped solidify what a Damian Priest is. For example, his forearms are fantastic. I am very, very iffy when it comes to forearm shots. I don't like it when big men use forearms. I think it's meant more for lankier or smaller performers. Right now, he's finally separated himself away. I now know what a Damian Priest is. Forearm shots are fantastic. He's a tall guy that is able to do high-flying moves off the top, not high-flying moves, but, you know, doing springboard moves and going from the top rope. He's separating himself, and that's why he's starting to grow on me a little bit. If I could find one, case in point, well, no, maybe not this one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, oh God, do I have to? Well, yeah, I do have to prepare for that one. Oh, shoot, okay. Got to prepare for this spot. Because sure as hell didn't see this spot coming during the match where Damian I didn't mean to say that. Damian Priest running to the other corner and flying over to go over, going after Killian Dane. We didn't even know that Dane was even there because Dunn was chasing after him to do something to him in the corner, but Priest decided, nope, I'm not doing I'm not going to do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay. Whew. Man, these wheeze are really taking something out of me. Man, I don't want to do a moonsault spot with Dunn. Not another one. I love it when we put the GIFs in the recaps and they kind of sneak up on me. The GIFs and the recaps on Wrestleview.com. I'm so glad we put those in there because sometimes they sneak up on me and I never realize how many of these wee spots there are in a match until it's too late. Pete Dunne scaling over to the turnbuckles. Doing the moonsault onto Priest and Dunne. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Okay, God, that's enough. But what would end the match? It was a great finish to this match, by the way. So let me see. I'm trying to think where we started off here. Damian Priest wipes out both of these guys with some kicks. He hits the Reckoning on Pete Dunne, but Killian Dane broke up the pin. Then Priest sends Dunne into the corner. Dunne backflipped over him. Dane immediately chop blocks Dunne before drop kicking Priest off the apron. Dane then goes to the top rope. Dunne kicks him, cuts him off with a kick to the head. Damian Priest now back in the ring, gets Dunne on the top rope, but Dunne snaps his fingers. Killian Dane knocks Damian Priest off the top rope to the floor, so he's out of commission. Dunne then gives Dane a superplex, and then Pete Dunne hits the bitter end on Priest, trying to get back into the ring, but then Killian Dane breaks it up with a senton splash. Dane tries to go for the one-winged angel on Dunne, but Dunne counters into a sleeper hold. Dane leaps back, and he ends up falling Dunne on top of Priest. Dunne pushes Killian Dane out of the ring and pins Priest. I guess the best way to put it is Priest was down. Dunne has got a sleeper hold on Dane. Dane slams Dunne on top of Priest. Dunne then pushes Killian out of the ring, pins Priest for the win. I say that is a great finish because of all of the insane finisher breakups and kickouts that we had, that the match ends on something that is not a finisher. I love that. This needs to be done way more often, where it's a finish to the match that just seems out of the blue and it catches you off guard, and that's what you want. You want stuff that catches you off guard, that catches you by surprise. That's why we watch wrestling, to see the unexpected, to hope for the unexpected. And that's what we kind of got with this. Was a great finish to this triple threat match. So it's going to be Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole for the NXT title tonight on the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Will Morrow be announcing that? I don't know. Will Beth Phoenix or Nigel McGuinness be there to do the call? I don't know. Don't overthink it. But I'll be honest, I can only take one night of Morrow. I can't take 2 nights. 2 nights of Morrow is enough. I mean, right now I'm treating Morrow like the impeachment hearings. 1 day is fine. I don't need more than 1 day. Okay, Morrow, he can be a little over the top. Okay, I think we can all admit that. I mean, the guy goes bonkers over the opening of a bank. Okay, Morrow can get annoying pretty quickly. Okay, don't know if I can take 2 nights of it though. Matt Riddle versus Finn Balor. This was a good match to calm us down. I think. Even though it was a good match, I mean, it was still a good match to calm us down. Oh, God. Riddle has got actually no problem taking stuff to the face. We really see shots like this where Finn Balor is doing a little baseball slide through the ropes and legitimately kicks Matt Riddle in the jaw. Okay? Riddle really enjoys doing this stuff. You see these slow motion shots of Riddle a lot where he's taking a punch to the face, a kick to the face, or he's actually legitimately taking something and you see the reactions from it. Xantric saying, dear Morrow, dear God, did you see how much I saved on my taxes this year? Exactly. CJ saying, at least Michael Cole knows how to appropriately react to situations. Well, yes. Yes, at least Cole knows how to react to certain situations. The problem is everyone hates Cole because he's so redundant. He's so repetitive, and that's been the biggest complaint of WWE product is repetition and redundancy, and none of it is shown more than in their announcing teams. But Morrow, everything is serious. I mean, every single thing is serious with him. But this, Riddle taking a foot to the mush, that's kind of a serious thing to react at. Yeah. What's next? Let's go ahead and see Matt Riddle do the jackhammer because Goldberg. Yeah. And I'd agree with you, Xantrix. He's saying the bro needs to slow down taking these hits. I want to see him years to come. Yeah, he's got to kind of slow it down a little bit, you know. But again, when you come from the indies and, you know, you give it your all for 50 people and a hot dog, you know, and it's hard to get out of that mode, I guess. That's a mode you're supposed to be deprogrammed, okay? But nope, not the Matt Riddle, not the Matt Riddle. This is his MO. This is what we'll see him do from time and time to come. Finn Balor would get the win with the 1916, which I'm glad he's using now instead of the double foot stomp. I'm glad that the sling blade he's doing is getting countered more often, giving him a 1916 and also making it a DDT version of it too. Good stuff. I'm glad that they're altering his moveset, differing him from the babyface Finn Balor. That's what you're supposed to do. When you have a swerve of some kind or, you know, going face to heel or heel to face, there's got to be an adjustment to your moveset to compensate for the swerve. And Finn Balor's is perfect, you know, doing the 1916. In fact, if you look at his past matches before coming back to NXT for maybe the past year and a half, he never used the 1916. At first he started, but then he weaned it off of his moveset. For the past year and a half, he had never used it. Now we know why. Now we know why he wasn't using it. Yeah. Just my thing. Jamel saying, watch the first UK tourney for proof of how good Cole can be with Vince and in a different environment. Okay. That's another thing, too. Yes, Michael Cole with Vince in his ear is different than Michael Cole at any other time. I think if you want the best Michael Cole, it is stuff that he does specifically for the NXT network, i.e. the UK tournament, the Mae Young tournament, stuff like that. He's fantastic. He's great. Jason O in the chat room. Whee! Oh, man, you're finally able to catch the show live. Well, thank you. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it. Finally. Yeah, CJ. Yeah, during the Mae Young tourney, Cole was amazing. Absolutely. Finally, the men's War Games match on the NXT Undisputed Era of Cole, O'Reilly, Strong, and whatever the heck Bobby Fish is, going up against Team Tomato Chomper, which is Team Captain Tomato Chomper, Keith Lee, and I will call him Double D. Dominic Dijakovic. I just want to call him Double D because we really got to change his name. We got to give him we got to do something with that name. That name is horrific. But, so throughout this match, we see the spots. We see Roderick Strong doing backbreaker stuff, and we see O'Reilly doing knees off the top rope stuff onto Tomato Chomper. Keith Lee. I don't think I really need to say anything anymore. I don't need to say anything more. Keith Lee. Keith Lee. Keith Lee. I love Keith Lee. Love him, love him, love him. Is the Mark Henry that I wish came to pass. Okay? I am not scared of Keith Lee. Mark Henry I'm scared of. Keith Lee is just a treasure right now. He is mega, mega, mega over right now. To call for him to come to the main roster, no. No. Stop it. We will not have Keith Lee on the main roster. No. CJ saying I need Keith Lee to yell. That's what I do. No. But also inject Keith Lee versus Braun Strowman into my bloodstream. Yes. Yes, that final shot we got of SmackDown on Friday night of Braun Strowman and Keith Lee staring at each other in the ring. Oh, I was warm and fuzzy all over. Look, Keith Lee is great. Okay, is he ready for the roster? He has got a different moveset. He can absolutely set himself apart from the main roster. Absolutely. He has got everything to separate himself within the main roster so you can tell him apart, yada, yada, yada. But now is not the time. Okay? Now is not the time for Keith Lee to come to the main roster. Not for another year, year and a half. We've got to, I believe we still got to build him. He needs something. Okay? And what I mean by something is, not necessarily a title. The guy's only had one title match since being in NXT. I feel like he needs to have, I don't know if he needs a belt. I just feel like there's something missing from him within the NXT and then bring him into the main roster. But when I do bring him into the main roster, I cannot give him the Braun Strowman treatment. What I mean is I can't have him squashing people left and right. I can't do that. He has to have regular matches with regular performers. Performers ranging from like him and AJ Styles would be fantastic. Him, AJ Styles would be a great match. Him versus Andrade, great. Him versus Ali, Shorty G, some people from SmackDown. Name me some others. Could he actually have a good match with Dolph Ziggler? Oh, yes. He can actually have a good match with Dolph Ziggler. I take that. I believe he can. Him and Bobby Roode could have a fun match. There are a lot of great matches that he can have in the main roster with regular-sized performers. He doesn't need to face jobbers to squash them left and right because we want to show off what he can do. We want to show him off doing the leapfrogs and doing the moonsaults and doing all of that stuff. Keith Lee, Bobby Lashley, says CJ. Absolutely him and Bobby Lashley. Him and Drew McIntyre. Yes, now. Oh, yes, now. But Keith Lee, Braun Strowman, Keith Lee, Roman Reigns, Keith Lee, Seth Rollins, Keith Lee, anyone who's considered main eventer. I include Samoa Joe in that, Gills. Keith Lee versus anyone in the main event will not be for a very long time because we have to build this guy up to those levels. Not necessarily, it doesn't need to have a title per se. I want to give this guy on the main roster, Keith Lee, I want to give him a Braun Strowman build. And a Braun Strowman build is a year and a half, 2 years, okay, of just slowly building him up. But not squashing people. Having really good matches and, a good 3 or 4 week program with someone who did him wrong or turned on him in a tag team match or something like that. If you want a guy to confirm a heel turn, you can do that on Keith Lee. You could do that on Keith Lee, and Lee will have a look on his face of like, you motherfucker, and rip him apart. Okay? So that's how I would build Keith Lee. Okay? And of course as a babyface. It cannot be as a heel. Heels don't do the stuff that he does to get a pop. Okay? It has to be as a babyface. Period. Period. End of discussion. Okay? The bigger question is, where do I send him? Do I send him to Raw or do I send him to SmackDown? Me, I send him to Raw. I absolutely send him to Raw. CJ, bring it up. It's like Cena, Kevin Owens. Absolutely, it's like Kevin Owens, John Cena. Except, I just don't know if I could put Keith Lee over Roman Reigns. I just can't do that because if we're going to talk about a character that's on the main roster right now that is the equivalent of John Cena, that people are booing, that hate seeing win, I don't know if I can do that. I could do it on Seth Rollins. I could do that on AJ Styles. AJ Styles is the one that comes to my mind. I really, really think that a great program for him to start off with on the main roster is AJ Styles. Because then you could see the rest of Orange County, try to interfere, and so Keith Lee can then go up against Anderson and Gallows, leading up to AJ Styles, treating as gatekeepers of such. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. The sky's the limit for Keith Lee. It's just, if they bring him up to the main roster after next year's WrestleMania, I'm going to be really, really scared. I'm going to be very, very scared. I really don't know. CJ, we can shoehorn in the Street Profits because black people? Not necessarily a shoehorn, but Street Profits and Keith Lee sounds way more entertaining than Street Profits and Humberto Carrillo. Let's go ahead and put it that way. Okay? I would much rather have that than Street Profits and Carrillo. Later on in the match, Adam Cole, so everyone's in the ring, and Adam Cole is the last guy to come in. And so Adam Cole spends his entire time bringing tables into this thing. I think he pulled 5 tables going into the WarGames thing and propping up one on the outside. And we saw him prop up the one on the outside like, okay. Nigel McGuinness being really helping out in the storytelling. Well, people can leave the cage right now and fight on the outside. It doesn't take everything's fine until everyone's in the ring. Then you can't leave. So if anyone else is coming out, it looks like Adam Cole is preparing for them to come out. Perfect way to save face on that one. So Adam Cole ends up shoving tables into the ring, and so he's got the one table set up, and Tomato Chomper's like, hey, let me help you out with that. Ugh, kind of a gruesome spot when you look at that, how Cole crashed into, crashed at the back of his head, hitting that table. He did not jump far enough backward, because that was, of all the spots that really happened in this WarGames match on the men's side, this was the one that really made me wince. That was not cool, okay? And that's more on Adam Cole, because, man, that hurt. Spend all the time you need to at Cole on the outside, okay? You did not jump far enough for that one. God. Oh. Man, oh man. And that and the ending. Yes, Xantrix, absolutely. The finisher to the match. And we're getting to that, and I really do want to talk about the finish. There's a big pro and a big con to the finish of this match that I really do want to talk about. But in kind of good ways. I mean, it's not, oh my God, why'd they do that? Oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever. No, it's just to look back and, whoa. Okay, so, yes, Kevin Owens makes his return to NXT, I think. He is the surprise fourth member of Tomato Chomper's team. At first I was thinking it might have been Velveteen Dream, but I think he's still hurt. I believe he was still hurt. It wasn't going to be Johnny Gargano because they're going to he's taking time off, and they're going to build up something between him and Fonz Balor. Well, it's not Fonz Balor anymore. It's Finn Balor. So, Kevin Owens is back? Is he back in NXT? We'll talk about that coming up in the predictions for the Survivor Series pay-per-view. But Kevin Owens, surprise fourth member to Team Tomato Chomper. We have got spots galore, especially with Kevin Owens trying to reverse the Panama Sunrise and instead takes it on the whatever. Panama Sunrise is a stupid move. I'm saying it right now. Panama Sunrise is a stupid move. Makes no sense to me. I hate it. So there you go. All right. We got Kevin Owens coming in. Frog splashing Kyle O'Reilly through the table. The spot before that, Double D chokeslammed a guy through a table. Very well done on that spot as well. Do we have the spot of Keith Lee? No, we don't. Keith Lee powerbombed Bobby Fish. No, he powerbombed Roderick Strong through the far table that's over on the opposite side. But finally, isn't the Panama Sunrise just a damn reverse sunset flip? No, it's worse, CJ. It's worse. I can't even describe it. But finally, Adam Cole and Tomato Chomper on the top of the cage. And he ends up, I don't know what the name of this move is. It was Sheamus's white noise. But I'm going to call it that. A Sheamus white noise from the top of the cage onto the tables. Now. And that's how the match would end, with Tomato Chomper's team getting the win. Emerald Flosion, I think? I think so, CJ. I think that's what it is Emerald Flosion. I'm used to the white noise. And this is how the match would end. Okay. Pros and cons. One big pro, one big con. Okay. I'm going to start with the one big con for this, okay? Well, actually, several cons on this one. I understand, yes, Tomato Chomper has just come back from major reconstructive neck surgery. And the spot that he is doing, you could question, it doesn't really affect his neck, but it does affect his back, which can then lead up to his neck with the impact. They signed off on this. This was signed off on well in advance. This spot was going to happen 4 months ago. Okay? I question giving that spot to someone who's been injured so much, and that a large chunk of your storyline progression and program development within NXT is based around this guy. But you gave that spot to him. Man. I don't know. But on top of that, this is a spot that he has given to many other people. He's given it to Johnny Gargano, I don't know how many times. He's given it to Cole, I don't know how many times. So This is nothing new. The only thing that was new with this was, man, to get your footing right and to set up correctly on that scaffolding. That's what I was scared of the most. I was afraid someone was going to slip, and it was not going to be pretty. The setup for this was way too convoluted. And that's what this entire match was all about, setups. Setting up 5 tables, and they're just hanging around, and guys going back and forth between the rings and trying to, let me suck it in and get in between these 2 tables that were just set up. That's why the War Games matches are just kind of weird to me, just garbage, garbage brawls for the sake of garbage brawls. But on the plus side, this was the best War Games match they've had, and it was purely because of this finish. The very first War Games match was pure trash. Absolute trash. Because of all of the insane spots they had and kicking out of every single one. Okay, absolute garbage. We finally got a War Games match where the spot fits the finish. In my mind, I was thinking, if Adam Cole kicks out of this, fuck NXT. Just fuck it. If there's a kick out after this, no, just stop right now. Just stop. Stop. I'm done. No more. But it is again one of the best War Games matches they've ever put together. Because it was paced so well. The finisher was selected so well. Though I question why they had to do that. So, there you go. What did everyone think of NXT WarGames? I'm sure everyone watched it. Because the people who like NXT and enjoy the War Games, it's on a Saturday night. You don't have a life. I'm one to talk. I watched it on Saturday night. 96% gave this show a thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a big swig of the sources because I'm going to do something that I know a lot of you do not recommend me do. And I tell you that these 3 words should be your motto in life to make you a better person and to have you enjoy life more. But I think now is the right time. CJ, oh no. CJ, oh yes. Yes, we are. I'm going to do it. Sorry. Sandra, I've never seen so much. All of you right now are reacting right now like Tomato Chomper and Adam Cole on the top of that cage. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. No, it is. This is worth it. Okay? On a show like this, and we get it every single time with NXT pay-per-views that are on the Big Four weekend. Oh, the NXT pay-per-view is so much better than the WWE's. Let's do it. We are going to scroll down. All right, here we go. Ciampa is simply crazy, and I love that. What a pay-per-view. That's all I got to say about that. Owens is back in NXT. Isn't he on Team Raw? More discussion about that later on in the show. Hayden, he sometimes graces our presence. Well, that seemed to show Baszler as weak or overconfident, maybe. I'm guessing Rhea versus Baszler next time. Completely blown off by War Games pay-per-view from start to finish. It was quite perfect with best War Games matches. Well, let's see how NXT beats this in Survivor Series match with their development brands. Okay, sounds like a good show. Big fan of both Owens and Pete Dunne. It seems like, here's a comment, it seems like they would have waited and had Kevin Owens turn on Team Raw tomorrow. Kinda dumb having him join NXT tonight. Replies to that, it's better for Kevin Owens to return to NXT tonight because if they tease a surprise spot on NXT at Survivor Series, then WWE Smarks will boo anyone who isn't CM Punk. But now those same people are going to think he will be the 5th member of Team Raw. The reply, I can imagine they are going to boo loud. And since Sheamus was seen in Chicago yesterday, he might join Team Raw. No. Stop. Oh, God. No. Here's another big comment. It was surprise. It made for one hell of an NXT takeover. You won't see a better War Games matches than the 2 we've seen tonight, but I see what you're saying. Without the E. Let's see what tomorrow has in store. I don't think it will be as good as tonight. Maybe someone from NXT will screw them. I hope SmackDown wins. I'm tired of Raw winning all the time. Guy replying, no, NXT should win, but I figure the WWE will play it safe and have Raw win. And that was our edition of Scrolling Down. Not as bad as I thought it would be, you know? Not as bad. I mean, it could have been worse. We've seen a lot worse, okay? But, no, yeah, it's kind of what I expected. And yeah, the scrolling down, it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. So, that was NXT WarGames. WarGames! From last night. Lots of news to talk about. I had a hell of a time trying to organize big stories and how to sequence this. So, I think I first want to start off with the news involving my favorite show. So, NWA Power, while their show was airing Tuesday night, it was temporarily removed from the YouTube after an inappropriate comment. Last week's episode of NWA Power, it was the 7th to be featured on YouTube. It was temporarily removed after an inappropriate comment. The inappropriate comment was by who the frickin' thunk it, Jim Cornette, where he made what many perceived to be an offensive comment during a match between Nick Aldis and Trevor Murdoch. The comment, Cornette said, Trevor Murdoch is the only man that I've ever known that can strap a bucket of fried chicken on his back and ride a motor scooter across Ethiopia. NWA Vice President Dave Lagana soon put a post out on Twitter saying that, quote, one of our talents made comments which some viewers found offensive. End quote. Lagana said the episode would be temporarily taken down while the quote-unquote error was corrected. While the talent in question or the comment was never addressed by Lagana, when the episode was uploaded again, the Cornette comment was removed. And as of that writing that we did earlier last week, neither Cornette nor the NWA issued any further statements, and we would keep you posted. Well, we got further comment about the comments and the temporarily of taking down of such from Tuesday's episode of NWA Power in the form of Thursday, actually the next day, when Jim Cornette resigned from NWA following his stupid comment. The NWA announced that they have quote, established new procedures of review for all NWA programming going forward. Should be noted also that Cornette himself had not apologized for the comment and instead directed people to listen to his upcoming podcast on Friday. For those who like hearing stupid people told what they can do with their stupidity. All right. Here is the long and the short of it. Okay? I warned all of you about NWA Power, how it's a great show. It is a fantastic show. But there was one liability, and it was this guy. He makes long-winded analogies. He brings anger into a show that doesn't need any anger or any anger directed towards any other promotions when the promotion that he's working for is trying to establish itself and really doesn't have any performers on their program that want anything to do with the mention of any other organizations. But this guy cannot help himself because he is constantly selling himself. He is not meant to be with an organization. He is not meant to be hired by anybody for any role. It doesn't matter whether it's on camera or off camera, on mic or off mic. He does not deserve a job with any promotion at all because he cannot be trusted to sell the organization that would hire him. Period. So, what are we doing here? Well, Cornette on his podcast on last Friday, basically kind of threw NWA under the bus for a good 30-minute, 45-minute rant about production with the NWA, and it took him 45 minutes to actually apologize for what he said. And he made a lot of references and comparisons between the generation that he is in and the generation we have now, to where everyone is fixated on what you're saying, and there are so many outlets for everyone to go off and hold you accountable for what you say. Unlike the 80s and the 90s, to where no one held you accountable because no one was able to examine you and parse your words and rewind, fast forward, rewind, and fast forward. Jim Cornette does not deserve to be hired by anybody. Period. He can sell himself and sell whatever the hell he wants for his own good. Okay? You should be held accountable, period, for what you say or do. Whether you represent yourself or you represent an organization. Right now, I just got a brand new job. I represent Turn 3 Media, Speed Sport Magazine, and Sprint Car and Midget Racing Magazine. I've got to watch what I say regarding anything involving that. Okay? You got to know who you represent and what you're trying to sell. But what's more about this predicament, this whole situation involving Cornette and NWA Power, is what I tweeted out following his comments. Jim Cornette is the embodiment of generations that don't realize that they are no longer being sold to. Jim Cornette has not realized that it is 2019. It ain't 1989. Okay? This ain't 1989 where all you have to find wrestling is public access, syndicated UHF stations, and the USA Network. We're in 2019 where your outlets have more than, by the 10th power, quantified, exploded. Okay? Period. Yeah, I said it, CJ. UHF. That's how old I am. Okay? This joker does not realize that he is not being sold to anymore. His generation is dead. Take a swig of the sources. Painful truth. You're dead. No one is selling to your generation anymore. No one. And how does that feel? I'm sure you feel really angry about it, don't you? I'm realizing that a lot of stuff that I liked 15, 20 years ago no longer sells to me. MTV used to be a cool thing. Now it just doesn't sell to me anymore. Pro wrestling doesn't sell to me anymore. But I'm still mature and responsible enough to understand who they are selling to, and I want to go along for the ride and experience it. A lot of other things aren't selling to me anymore. Carbonated beverages, beer commercials, truck commercials. I see a lot of stuff on television and online that I just look at and go, I don't get it. And that's okay. I don't get angry about it. That's meant for someone else. It's not meant for me. You know? Know when you're being sold to is what I say at the end of every show. The reason I say that is because maybe you're not so important anymore. Maybe your dollars don't matter anymore. Maybe your attention, your voice, your time, everything doesn't matter to the person that you are actually investing in. You can take this analogy in so many different directions. So many different directions. But in pro wrestling, we are all fans because of what we are investing into pro wrestling, our time and our passion and enthusiasm. When you get angry with it, it's when you are realizing you're not being sold to. But you stick with it, and you keep thinking that they're going to talk to you and sell to you. I wish the Attitude Era would come back. No, it's not happening. Well, I'll just go somewhere that'll give it to me. Okay, go ahead and do that. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't get latched on to the organization that's not selling to you. Jamel brought it up in the chat. This is going to happen to Jim Ross in 2 years. Jim Ross, I'll say it right now. He is going to say something stupid on AEW. He will say something stupid on AEW. It's going to happen. Okay? It's going to happen with JR. It'll happen. He is going to follow the ways of Jim Cornette, as if Jim Cornette, well, he is the gold standard. Okay? All right. Let's turn away from what old white people who like to confirm stereotypes. Let's get away from white people saying stupid shit and talk about black people saying stupid shit. I had some fun with this one this week. If you weren't on the Twitter, you don't. If you were on the Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. Santrix, what a transition. Thank you. All right, Jordan Myles, also known as Albert Hardy, also known as ACH, is no longer under contract with the WWE. Remember this Joker? He was having a whole big thing about how he didn't like what his t-shirt merch looked like, and instead of taking it up internally with the WWE and possibly keeping his job, he took to social media and acted like a damn millennial. I'm labeling it, okay? I'm stereotyping it, okay? Pro wrestling, stereotypes and labels. That's what we do, okay? But he went on social media, stuck up for a cause that was purely his own, but tried to use the For Our Culture moniker, I guess, or motto or something, and instead was selling himself and nothing else. So he goes, he's been released. Finally. This stupid little shit. He is. Stupid little shit. Independent wrestling darling. I've never watched any of his matches. I don't know who this guy is. I think he only had 2 matches on NXT. Only 2. Thought he's hot shit. We sure as hell ain't anymore. Thursday morning, he goes on the Twitter and says on there with a nice little gif of him wagging his finger like Dikembe Mutombo, "Hey, Vince McMahon, can't hold me down no more. This is for the wrestling culture." This was hours before the announcing of his release. I saw this on the Twitter, and not but a handful of seconds later, my reply is the CM Punk gif where he's yelling at people while he's bowling. Pay attention to me. No, I saw your response to it, CJ. No, I saw it. Hey, Jens. JR might be too bland to get in trouble, but I get your point. No, I appreciate it, Jens. No, I see you. So I reply with the gif of CM Punk screaming for pay attention to me, which is incredibly ironic on so many levels. On incredible amounts of levels, okay? Where I understand why he put the tweet out. Hey, Vince McMahon, you can't hold me down. Well, yeah, pay attention to me. I'm getting fired. Please pay attention to me. That's why I put that up there. Okay. A handful of seconds later, ACH, the dummy, replies with, okay, I'll favorite your tweet then. I understand why he did that, okay? He's trying to play it off. You want me to pay attention to you? I'll pay attention to you. I know why you put it up there. That's why he did that, okay? I totally get that. That's why he replied what he did, to try to diffuse and, yes, what I put up there was, if my tweet did not have the effect of that, he wouldn't have said anything. In fact, if he was a stronger individual and, had any modicum of professionalism in him, he wouldn't have responded in the first place. He wouldn't have done all the stupid shit he did in the first place. But no, this guy responds to my thing, calling more attention to the tweet and more attention to his behavior in the first place. This would lead others, like one here, saying the dude didn't get that is him asking for attention. Not very bright, is he? The other one, yeah, the irony of using a Punk gif for this. Les Owens then goes, yeah, Doug isn't very smart. And of course me, I agree. I'm not very smart. I'm not very smart at all. No, not at all. But the bigger reply that I would get, yeah, nope. I guess the pay attention to me meme isn't supposed to show that was what he was doing. But yeah, I'm the dummy. I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, it's not like I've got 35 years of watching this shit under my belt and seeing it outside of the curtain and knowing how to decipher gossip and shit. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, I'm a dum-dum. Yeah, who am I to argue with all of you? Yeah, I'm just a fucking... That's exactly, yeah, Al Bundy gift. That's exactly how I looked throughout all of this. But this is everything embodying Hayes' stupid-ass tweet, my reply to make fun of him, his reply to me because he's unprofessional and immature, and everyone else is deciphering of what is ACH saying, what am I saying, and yada, yada, yada. This encapsulates the misinterpretation of speaking on the internet, of typing and using GIFs and memes and stuff like that. This is a great encapsulation of how this is the worst form of communication that humanity can have, because it can be misinterpreted in so many different ways. There's no vocal tone, there's no facial expression, there's no nonverbal cues. You are solely going on text and whatever visual that you pray can equal how you feel at that time. And you're relying on complete strangers to understand what the point is that you're trying to get across. And why do you do this? It's because you want to broadcast something. It's because you want to make an opinion felt. You want to feel part of a group. Maybe you want to start your own group. That's why you do this stuff on Twitter and Facebook. You want to feel part of a community, start your own community, not just become famous, but Let others know that you exist without actually seeing them face to face, because you might have bad breath. That's what I found fascinating about all of this. I'm sorry to have bored you. I'm a communications major. I have a degree in it, along with journalism and socialism. I'm sorry. This entire ordeal with this dummy fascinated me. Just absolutely fascinated me. Let's get on to some other happier news. Maybe. 205 Live star Oney Lorcan reportedly requested his release from the company. He has changed his Twitter handle. He is now referring to himself on the Twitter as Biff Busick, which was his in-ring name with Evolve and PWG. Apparently, he made his debut with NXT Live in October the 30th of about 4 years ago. He was training at Chaotic Wrestling in 2008, enrolled into Lance Storm's Wrestling Academy in September of 2010. He is a really fun act. I really, really like this guy. Why he's asking for his release, I don't think it's something stupid or gossipy or anything. I think he may just want a break. Maybe he thinks he can find more success and more money elsewhere without putting down the organization that built him up, so that no one else would know who the hell he is if it weren't for said organization. So, I don't know. They haven't granted Oney Lorcan's release yet. So, we're still on a wait-to-see basis with this one. This report came out 2 Saturdays ago. So, we haven't seen any update to this right now. Something to keep your eye on. Something to really keep your eye on. Speaking of other releases, Ring of Honor Women's Champion Kelly Klein, 2 days ago, Friday, was allegedly fired via email. And the Ring of Honor has issued a statement regarding this. This right here is a whole bunch of fuckery. Are you guys ready for some dramatic fuckery here? Oh, you're going to have some fun with this one. Going straight from our report on WrestleView.com from Friday. Former Ring of Honor employee Joy Mercury revealed in an email on social media that Ring of Honor has stated that Women of Honor champion Kelly Klein breached the existing agreement she had with Ring of Honor by sharing confidential documents and emails with another contractor who used the material to defame and slander Ring of Honor and one of its key officers, Greg Gilliland. In addition, the email goes on to say that Klein used her social media presence to help this contractor's Twitter account gain traction and to validate his claims, in which Ring of Honor claims furthered her involvement in these actions, and thus have terminated their existing agreement with Klein and has enacted a 6-month non-compete clause. Klein's husband, former Ring of Honor and current AEW producer BJ Whitmer, confirmed on Twitter that his wife was fired by the company, stating that, quote, "Yes, my wife was fired by Ring of Honor COO Joe Koff via email last Tuesday evening. He went on to say, quote, "Not a phone call, an email. Kelly Klein is still very much suffering from post-concussion syndrome and was fired while still injured." Ring of Honor issued a statement with PW Insider as it pertained to Kelly Klein's termination, saying, quote, "We don't generally discuss personal issues, but they seem to have made it public. We didn't fire Klein. We just notified her that we would not be renewing her contract." Let me take a sip of the sources here real quick. You all dwell on that while I dwell. We didn't fire her. We just notified her that we wouldn't be renewing her contract. We didn't fire her. We just said we wouldn't be renewing her contract. I don't know what the definition of firing someone is anymore. I don't know what it is anymore. Should also be noted that according to PW Insider, Kelly Klein's current deal expires at the end of this year. So when they don't renew her contract, she'll be on a 6-month non-compete clause, which means that she will not be in action until June of next year. There has been no further comment from Ring of Honor on the status of the title. The 33-year-old Klein was first signed with Ring of Honor in 2015. She's held the title 3 times. Joey Mercury here saying, how dare she? The nerve. That's what you get, Kelly Klein. Hey, I wonder who else you sent that nice email to. What if tomorrow's summit was actually the resignation of GG and JK? If it isn't, I'm more than prepared to get loud and specific. Talent deserve this treatment. Well, there's so much from this that we can try to piece together. It all starts with Kelly Klein showing the emails that she was getting regarding Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, in retaliation, won't renew her contract. And this all ironically stemming from post-concussion syndrome that she is suffering from, that Ring of Honor apparently has had a long history of not treating, of having its performers still perform and punish them for not performing because they are injured. This is fascinating stuff. Incredibly fascinating stuff. The only side to take on here is the one who's hurt. Jamel saying, not giving a shit about Joey Mercury is my new favorite thing in wrestling. Yeah. It is right now one of my favorite things as well. There are a lot of things not giving a shit about in professional wrestling that I'm fairly happy and never giving shits about. Joey Mercury and Jim Cornette are the big two right now. AEW and NXT, the Wednesday Night Wars that have been going on for the past 2 months. NXT won the ratings war this last week. NXT drew an average of AEW drew an average of 893,000 viewers on Wednesday night. NXT drew 957,000. I'm sorry, I've got these numbers wrong. And AEW drew 893K. It's down from 957K. NXT drew 916K, up from 750K. NXT makes a nearly 200,000 surge, where AEW took a 60,000 hit. I can't believe I'm talking about people as if they're money, and I can't believe I'm actually paying attention to ratings that are along the same scope as an episode of Forensic Files. But when this ratings news came out, people lost their collective shit. They all had to get colostomy bags because they can't do it no more. Everyone went nuts. People were on the Twitter saying they were going to electronics stores and other places, making sure all of the computers and televisions were tuned into AEW as if to help their ratings, as if to help their presence. I want to scroll down. I want to scroll down on this so badly. God, I want to scroll down. Can I scroll down on this one? I want to scroll down. You want to see me scroll down? I'm going to scroll down. Okay. Of all the shit that everyone goes bonkers about, this is the one I want to scroll down on. This is the story I got to scroll down on. Here we go. Win-loss doesn't matter. Good wrestling matters, but if I compare with results, NXT was better. Well, then they won. WWE can't run an invasion angle forever. Shaking my head. Just take the loss, Vince. Their C-level show beat AEW. It was never supposed to do that. That's a win. Oh, God, here we go. Okay. Oh, this is a long-winded one. Okay. Actually, AEW was supposed to start at 500,000 max based on their own network's projections, and it shouldn't be beating WWE's C-level show that started with half the viewership of what WWE's flagship show has been doing lately. Raw has had hours within the 1.7 million range. When NXT hit the network TV with USA, which means that AEW's average of close to 1 million is also doing close to half of Raw's average lately. That was never supposed to happen either. So if it's a win for NXT, all above has been a massive win for AEW. Actually, NXT had years to build their base on the network and touring, the WWE machine and USA machines behind it. And again, TNT projected 500,000 viewers for the debut show that did 1.4 million. So why do you think NXT was never supposed to beat AEW? Plus, they absolutely stacked the show, tied it to Survivor Series, and did a massive crossover with flagship stars. I'm a massive fan of NXT, and WWE has been for a free wrestling source for me for over 30 years. And even if they had better booking years, this isn't me hating on them, but to say that NXT was never supposed to... Oh my God, dude, run-on sentence. Please give me a period. Punctuation, not the girly period. No, I can't do it. I got too much show. I got too much happy stuff to talk about. I can't scroll down no more. No, I got too much happy stuff. I need more sources. Thank you for reminding me, Gills. WWE Hall of Famer is going to be appearing at the House of Glory event. I don't know what that is. And the card for WWE Mexico City has changed. That one I'm really interested in. But Ric Flair is going to be appearing at the House of Glory 99 event in the New York City arena. Whatever. But Mexico City matches for the WWE have changed. The WWE has announced that now it's back on. Cain Velasquez will be teaming with Rey Mysterio in a tag team match. They recently announced on the Twitter the new main event is now going to be Rey Mysterio actually challenging Bray Wyatt. Cain will not be there. But they announced that Cain Velasquez is now going to be teaming with Humberto Carrillo to face Gallows and Anderson. So get this. First, it was Rey Mysterio teaming up with Cain Velasquez, and then they just yanked Velasquez off the card. Yanked him off the card. Now he's back, and he's teaming with Humberto Carrillo to face Gallows and Anderson of Orange County. There were a lot of questions going on about with Cain Velasquez being yanked off this Mexico City card. Was he injured? Is he even ready to come back to the main roster? Are we prepared for that? Well, he's back. He's going to be coming back for the Mexico City show, which is this Saturday. This Saturday is when this show is happening. AEW announced they're going to have a Bash at the Beach themed show of AEW Dynamite on January the 15th. So everyone queue up WWE suing for the Bash at the Beach name. Cue it up. The New Day is going to be hosting a brand new podcast series for the WWE Podcasting Network called The New Day Feel the Power. They're just going to be talking about stupid stuff. That's all it's going to be. And finally, very, very happy news. Let's talk about happy news. Chad Gable, also known as Charles Betts, and his wife Christy welcomed their third child last Monday. Child's name is Charles James Best, born at 9 pounds. And also, Titus O'Neil is continuing to save our planet because he is now on the cover of Millennium magazine, using his life experiences to make positive impact on children. Once again, the talent that, damn it, I just wish he was great in the ring. I really thought this guy was going to be a world champion. this man right here. In a time how pro wrestling is right now, this is the man we need to be the number one. This guy. This guy. Titus O'Neil is saving our country. But he can't wrestle for shit. It's sad. It's sad. I really, really thought this guy. But you do you. Titus, you do you. Okay? This guy is going to be an ambassador with the WWE. They can't, WWE, of all the people that the WWE cannot afford to lose, this is the one they can't afford to lose. He is the most important face, period, right now. Seriously. I don't care what your talent is in the ring. This is their most important asset, I think. He is doing so much outside of the ring, outside of the business. And the WWE doesn't need to do a damn thing. He's doing it on his own. This man is fantastic. Okay? Jamel, Doug, not related to stuff going on right now, but with the year and decade coming to a close, will you be putting on a special list or article talking about your favorite stuff of the past decade? Oh, God. Oh. Jamel, thank you. You know what? That's a good topic for a show. For this. Like match of the decade, feud of the decade. No, I got you. A Dougies? A Dougies of the decade? I miss doing the Dougies on Wrestleview Radio. I really miss doing that. Because they're the worsts. They were the worsts. But I've never really done bests. I've never really been a fan of lists or best ofs. I never really have. But I'm totally for that. Yeah, we're getting close to, yeah. Thank you. Damn, you're doing my job for me. No, that's a great idea. Yeah. Stuff of the decade? Oh boy. It's a tough one. And the thing is, I think I would be making a lot of people angry, not mentioning a lot of stuff in other federations. So I will always say to Jen's a Dougcade. Thank you. It will be more centered around the WWE product, okay? And I'm very, very critical of the WWE product. You guys know that, okay? So I want to make sure that I let everyone know that what the awards that I give are centered around WWE, okay? It's what I watch the most. But TNA still being a thing is amazing. Yeah, it kind of is. The hardest stuff for me is I would love to do headlines of the decade. You know, headlines of the decade, major news stories of the decade. Because I think those are way more important than matches of a decade or programs of a decade. But duly noted. Duly noted. No updates on the injury front, so we're just going to give you the injury update, but I'm not going to take away my thing. I want to do that thing. That's what I want to do. The sources are hitting now. Updates to the injury list. Nia Jax, reparative surgery on both ACLs in both of her knees. She is due back around Royal Rumble times. She's making tremendous progress. She has been part of the new season of Total Divas, though she hasn't even been in the ring. Jeff Hardy, when he is not drunk driving down the highways of my state or passed out drunk in a stairwell in Myrtle Beach, he is still recuperating from knee surgery and is not due back until Fastlane, if he ever does come back. Ruby Wyatt, reparative bilateral surgery on both shoulders. She is due back for the Royal Rumble. Lars Sullivan, major reconstructive surgery of ACL and MCL. He's not going to be back until WrestleMania times. Jinder Mahal, ruptured patella, not going to be back until WrestleMania times. Samoa Joe, he did commentary on Monday Night Raw last week, did a fabulous job, even though he loves laughing a lot. He's got a broken thumb. He may not be due back until Royal Rumble, the way it looks. Xavier Woods, reparative surgery on his Achilles tendon. He's not going to be back now until SummerSlam. And finally, Alexa Bliss with some sort of shoulder stress. She's going to be on TV, but not in an active in-ring status. We've got her tentatively for Survivor Series, but I don't see her coming back until the Royal Rumble. I think that's probably the most opportune time for her to come back. But those are the people that are hurt. What about the people who are not hurt? What about the people who are perfectly healthy? What about the people who haven't been on WWE television or pay-per-view for, say, 3 weeks? They end up on a very, very special list. It's a list that, frankly, we've had going on here for upwards of a year. They are statistics that I've compiled for a very, very long time involving other organizations. But today is a very, very special day with regards to this. I am going to take a very good swig of the sources because, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very special day has arrived for the WWE milk carton. Oh, the day is finally here. Yay, it's here. Jump up and down. No, I can't jump up and down. I can only walk. Whoa, those are wrong. Hold on here. Pardon me for a second here. We are going to go through some things. No, the Usos are not supposed to be up there right now. No, they are not supposed to be up there. We're going to change some things. There we go. All right. Hey, Lewis James is in the... Wee! Hi, how are ya? Okay. WWE Milk Carton, here we go. Luke Harper has not been on television since Halloween, when he was part of some big, gigantic battle royale to determine who would face AJ Styles for the United States Championship at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view in Jeddah, South Dakota. Or was it Riyadh, South Dakota? I can't remember. But Luke Harper, haven't seen him since Halloween. Also, you'll notice with this milk carton, it is very, very small because when it's Survivor Series times, everyone shows up to do wacky shit wearing red or blue t-shirts. All right, here we go. Elias has not been on television since September the 24th edition of SmackDown, where he appeared on the Titantron after a match between Chad Gable and Mike Kanellis. He made fun of Chad Gable being short. Chad Gable decided to roll with it and become Shorty G, and we have not seen Elias since. Not since Chad Gable admitted he was short, and that was the reason Elias was trying to be big. It's been 2 months since we've seen Elias. The storyline was that his ankle was broken during the King of the Ring tournament, but he hasn't been seen since. I'm genuinely curious how they're going to bring back this cat. Ember Moon, though she is appearing on the WWE Backstage show on Fox Sports 1, she has not been in the ring since September 24th episode of SmackDown, where she was chasing after Carmella, who was the WWE 24/7 title champion at the time. Milk Carton Botch says Gil's Ember is injured. Okay, I believe you. If Ember is injured, then yeah. That's what I was kind of wondering. She's on the TV with WWE Backstage, but she's hurt. Okay. That'll be changed. It happens. EC3. Have not seen him since the September 23rd episode of Monday Night Raw, where he was squashed by Rusev. EC3 is a prime example of how not to bring someone up from the NXT roster. He was only on the NXT roster for less than a year. had only appeared on one or two NXT pay-per-views, was not thoroughly established enough as a character to be brought onto the main roster. What is he? He's just chasing after the 27 title, and even after he was doing that, he's not doing anything. So, he is how you not bring someone up from the NXT main roster. Tamina, have not seen her since that same episode of Monday Night Raw where she was chasing after a chick for the 24/7 title. Matt Hardy, have not seen him since the September the 10th edition of SmackDown, where he was backstage alongside Apollo Crews, talking with Chad Gable, trying to figure out who his opponent would be for the King of the Ring tournament, and Shane McMahon shows up and says, "Hey, that was me!" Matt Hardy has been at home here in North Carolina, enjoying life with his family and waiting for the introduction of his third child. So, all is fine with him, unlike his stupid-ass brother. The Usos. We have not seen them since the July 29th episode of Monday Night Raw, where they are in a triple threat tag team match for the Raw tag team titles between them, the Revival, and Orange County. Orange County would end up winning those titles. We have not seen the Usos since then because one of them was drunk driving in Florida. The other one is just getting video game swag or something. Who the hell knows? We have no idea what's happening with these guys. This one is one to worry about. So, I don't know. This one's going to be very, very interesting to watch. Naomi, have not seen her since the July 22nd episode of Monday Night Raw, the Raw reunion episode of Monday Night Raw. She has been on bereavement leave, death in the family. Not sure, friend, sister, cousin, we don't know. I see her coming back for Royal Rumble times. That would be the perfect time to bring her back. But right now, she is doing marketing and PR stuff for the WWE at their sponsors like Cricket Mobile. So everything is okay with her. She's still in good standing with the company. I see her coming back in Royal Rumble times. Liv Morgan, have not seen her since the July 16th edition of SmackDown, where she lost to Charlotte Flair, grabbed a mic and said, "I guess I'm fake. I gotta try to be real." We have not seen her for over 4 months. Before that, we hadn't seen her since she was drafted to SmackDown. Understand that since the Superstar shakeup, way back after WrestleMania, we have only seen Liv Morgan twice on television. Twice. Now is a time for concern. I don't know what's going on here. Royal Rumble times is the time for her to show up. If she does not show up for Royal Rumble times, I may be looking at the female Hall of Famer. That's what it's looking like. We'll see. Sheamus. Haven't seen him since April the 9th episode of SmackDown. That was the post-WrestleMania episode of SmackDown where he was involved in a 6-man tag match. He's still doing the marketing and PR stuff for the WWE. Yes, he was in Chicago to do stuff over at a cricket store, but he's done that throughout the entire year and still not performed in the ring. He tours with Raw doing this, guys. So if he's going to appear, Royal Rumble times is the time for him to show up. The Ascension. We have not seen them since the April the 7th. The Battle Royale of the Andre the Giant persuasion at WrestleMania. If these guys don't show up on NXT soon, I don't know what the deal is. We haven't seen them for a very, very long time. I got a feeling we may be seeing them in NXT soon. We just saw Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. Why not these guys? Fandango and Tyler Breeze have gone back. These guys can go back too. Primo Colón. Have not seen him since the March 26th edition of SmackDown, where he was involved with Sanity to be part of a security detail to be between Shane McMahon and The Miz in their build-up for their match at WrestleMania. I'm very concerned about him because the last activity of him on the social media was last year at around this time. We don't know what's going on with this cat. I don't know. I'm sure he's helping out the man of the hour. No, the man of the year. Man of the year. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's official. It has happened. I've been talking about this for the past 3 months, saying that if this happened, we would have the WWE milk carton almost named after him. He will be taken off the milk carton and placed in the Hall of Fame. I'd need to make a graphic of some kind for this. I was about to find a cow and put his head on it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, for over a year, this gentleman has been a part of the WWE main roster and has not appeared on television or pay-per-view. He is on the main roster page of the WWE's, and he has not done a thing for a calendar year. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason for this segment on this stupid little show that I do, Epico Cologne. I hereby induct Epico Cologne into the Milk Carton Hall of Fame. We have not seen him since last year's Survivor Series during the Raw vs. SmackDown Tag Team Elimination match. He's done it for a calendar year. Epico Cologne has done jack and shit. And finally, after years of being on the roster, of being everything you can be, you were a Puerto Rican tourist manager. You were a you were a matador. You were just a random guy with the last name of Cologne. I think at one point you even put on Sin Cara's mask. You have been everything that you really hoped you could be in America, though you're right now in Puerto Rico and you are the world champion for the WWC, and that's where you've been for the entire year, and that's fine. That's all well and dandy, but you have been using the WWE's name as a way to sell yourself in Puerto Rico. You are announced in Puerto Rico as a WWE superstar, and yet you've done nothing. And you have been missing throughout an entire calendar year of television and pay-per-views. Mr. Cologne, it is my honor and my privilege to name you the first ever member of the WWE Milk Carton Hall of Fame. I would send you something, but I'm sure it's been lost in the mail, and it itself is missing, and you probably won't see it for well more than a year. It's probably over in another mailbox somewhere doing something and take advantage of itself having your address on its front. I've been waiting to do that for a very, very long time. Never really thought it would happen. I never thought it would happen. So from here on out, Epico Cologne will no longer be on the milk carton. He is forever enshrined in the Milk Carton Hall of Fame. Even if he ever does show up on WWE television or pay-per-view, he will never be stricken from it. From here on out, Epico Cologne is forever on the Milk Carton Hall of Fame. We will, I say from here on out, Survivor Series weekend is the weekend that we commemorate those who are on the WWE Milk Carton Hall of Fame. Every year, we will celebrate the legend, at least, of Epico Cologne. Prepare yourselves. In 4 months' time, his cousin Primo could be on it. It could happen. He's the next one. He is the next one. I got to go back through this list. Got to go back through it, guys, because it's going to come up sooner than you think. Okay? Oh, God damn it. March the 26th is when Primo Cologne hits 1 year. So, ladies and gentlemen, do something. I don't know what. Just do something. Okay. All right. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. But you know what's even more fun? What's even more fun is when I wager my health for the sake of your entertainment. So that's what's going to happen right now. That's right. Here we go. 8 matches, 4 locks. It's coming on later tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what the hell time it is where you are because I don't know where the hell you are. 8 picks, 4 locks, Survivor Series. Let's do this. All right. 8 picks, 4 locks. The Survivor Series pay-per-view. It's been wacky as hell. The build-up has been insane these past few weeks. Just so you can see, I've got pencil in hand. Pad of paper is blank. I have not made these predictions ahead of time. Doing them all on the fly. Doing them all for you. And everyone in the chat room will help me out and try to talk myself off the ledge or make life worse. Because that's how this works. All right. Gil's saying it's hard to predict Survivor Series since there are not any stakes. Well, let's go and find out. Adam Cole defending the NXT title against Pete Dunn. Survivor Series. This might be the opening match. This might be a pre-show match. I'm thinking this will actually be on the main card. So, do not expect any run-ins with this match because all other members of the Undisputed Era have got matches on the Survivor Series card. Pete Dunn. Will anyone run in on Pete Dunn during this match? Maybe Killian Dane. Maybe Damian Priest. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Grash, you found our show! Whee! I don't know. I can't see Adam Cole losing the title, but will he win the match? Will someone run in and bust up Pete Dunn? What about SmackDown Raw starts fucking around with him? Well, look, here's the thing. When I make these predictions, it's about who wins the match. It can be by whatever means necessary, so you have to take that into account. If Pete Dunn wins by disqualification, that means Adam Cole will still be champion, which means someone runs in to beat up Pete Dunn. Who is that going to be? Is it Killian Dane? Gills is kind of hitting it right there. Killian will feel Dunn stole the match from him last night. That makes sense. I don't see this being a clean match because Adam Cole is hurting from last night. He's going to be bandaged up, taped up. He ain't going to go. What about Tomato Chomper? Well, Grash, there's a lot of other questions we've got on this card right now. But this one, I think Killian Dane's going to do the run-in. There's going to be a run-in of some kind. Adam Cole will retain the championship. Pete Dunn wins. So I'm going to have Dunn winning. Dunn wins. I can't lock it. I just can't lock it. I'm not that confident. But the thing is, there's no way Cole is going to win clean. No way. No way in hell. All right. Leave it at that. All right, triple threats. There's a shit ton of triple threats on this card, and I'm not a fan of them. AJ Styles, United States champion from Raw. Shinsuke Nakamura with a way better looking Intercontinental title on his shoulder from SmackDown. And the North American champion of the NXTs, Roderick Strong. We just introduced a brand new Intercontinental title on Nakamura's shoulder. All right. The great thing about these matches is that you need to take all of their in-ring prowess and programs off the table. Mickey's in the chat room. Whee! You have to take into account who is in the periphery. Everyone from the Undisputed Era has a match on the card. No run-ins from them. I just don't see that happening, and they're all banged up from last night. That ain't happening. Shinsuke Nakamura's got Sami Zayn in his corner. AJ Styles has got Orange County in his corner. So what could happen here? It's no DQ. Thank God. So there's going to be a winner in this one. I saw Gil saying AJ Styles. Jamel saying Shin could use a win. Saying Nakamura could use a win. I don't see Roderick Strong winning. I'm striking that. I'm striking Roderick Strong. Okay, it's either Styles or Nakamura. My gut is telling me Nakamura because we just introduced a brand new belt. It's what my gut's telling me. Is Roderick Strong going to take the pin? Absolutely, Grash. Yeah, I see him taking the pin. Nakamura winning via Sami. Absolutely, CJ. Triple threats or no DQ. That's right. Got to take advantage of that. Styles will be the top guy in this match. He's the one doing all of the work, but he's not going to take the pin. I will take Nakamura pinning Strong, but Nakamura gets the win. Nakamura takes a win. I lock it. I'll lock Nakamura. Lock it. Lock it. I'm going to lock Nakamura. Wait, what are you saying, Grash? You're saying, hold on. What does it mean for each to get the win? No, it's whoever wins the match. It doesn't matter how it's done. It's they win, okay? They got to win. And I got to lock this because I'm afraid I've got 3 other locks. Oh, God, Gil's saying, could Humberto cost Styles? Oh, boy. Humberto can cost Styles the match, but that means that Styles is still losing. That means Styles is still losing. So, what's the story going forward in each situation? Okay, so here's what we got. Thank you, Grash. That's a good question. So, following this, we've got AJ Styles and Orange County continuing their programs with Street Profits and Humberto Carrillo. Shinsuke Nakamura right now looks like a program is going to be starting with Braun Strowman on SmackDown is what it's looking like there. Roderick Strong, who the hell knows? Right now, Roderick Strong doesn't have anything going on. He just finished a triple threat match between him, Double D, and Keith Lee. So right now, anything goes with Roderick Strong. I got a feeling Velveteen Dream's going to come back, and they're going to rekindle their program. What do I think of the new IC title, Jamel? It's nice. It's a nice title. They're going to try to have every title in the WWE have the interchangeable nameplates, is what they're going to try to do. They've got it with the Intercontinental title. They're going to do it with the tag team titles as well. They're going to do it with every single title, is what they're going to try to do, is have interchangeable nameplates. So, brace yourself. The U.S. title is going to be getting a facelift very, very soon. Nakamura for the lock. Okay. the men's Survivor Series triple threat elimination match. Oh my God. What a clusterfuck and a half. So we have Team SmackDown of Captain Roman Reigns with King Karen Bourbon, Ali, Shorty G, Braun Strowman. Team NXT, we don't know who is on Team NXT right now. We have no idea. On Team Raw, we have Seth Rollins, flanked by Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, and Kevin Owens? But Kevin Owens appeared on NXT last night for them. So, is he officially NXT? Oh. This, I have no clue what's happening here, okay? NXT is not winning. NXT is not winning, okay? This seems to me just flat on SmackDown, but what are we going to build from this? Are we going to see any internal strife, happen within the teams? I can see Orton and Ricochet going after each other, Bourbon and Roman Reigns going after each other, Ali and Shorty G are going to take pins. Seth Rollins, I think, is going to be taking the typical program of constantly having a losing streak. He's going to have a losing streak and lose all the time and destroy his confidence, and Drew McIntyre is going to help him in doing that. Braun Strowman is there just to beat up people. So, I have no idea who's going to be for Team NXT, but I've got a feeling Kevin Owens is going to be part of Team NXT. Will Randy Orton is going to be sole survivor again? He could be. Could be. But I actually think it's going to be Braun Strowman again who will be sole survivor. He was last year. And that's who I'll take this year. It's not about sole survivor. It's just about what team will win. I say Team SmackDown for the men's are going to win. Men's SmackDown. I cannot lock that. I have no freaking clue. I can't do that. CM Punk chants are going to rain down. They're just going to rain down. I don't have an analogy. I really don't. The sources are hitting, and now is not the time. Oh no, Grash, we are not going to lock survivors. Oh God, no. I can't do that. No, it's only about the team. I cannot lock the sole survivors. I can't do that. No way. Can't do that. All right. The women's Survivor Series match, triple threat elimination style. Oh my God. Over on Team Raw, captained by Charlotte Flair, we have got Natalya, the women's tag team champions of Asuka and Kairi Sane. I don't know if they're going to continue to call them the Kabuki Warriors. And Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan off the milk carton after appearing on SmackDown and now appearing in her first pay-per-view since WrestleMania. Sarah Logan. That is Team Raw. Team SmackDown, flanked alongside Sasha Banks, is Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke, Carmella, and Lacey Evans, who has not been seen since her historic women's match in Riyadh or Jeddah, South Dakota. She's going to be off the milk carton. She was off the milk carton appearing on SmackDown on Friday. Going up against Team NXT, which was announced today, I believe. Captain Rhea Ripley has got Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, and Toni Storm from NXT UK. This is a fascinating match. First off, the first person to get pinned is Sarah Logan. Either Sarah Logan or Toni Storm. One of those two. They're going to be the first pinned. All right. What are the programs we are walking away with after this? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot of programs on the Raw or the SmackDown side, okay? Dana Brooke and Carmella had been working as a tag team. This is the first time we're actually getting consecutive appearances by Dana Brooke or Carmella. Nikki Cross is looking to try to have a program against Bayley with Sasha Banks acting as the gatekeeper. Lacey Evans appearing for the first time since being in South Dakota. Natalya had been doing some stuff with Asuka and Kairi Sane on the Raw side. Not a whole lot going on there. Charlotte Flair poking fun at Becky Lynch for teaming up with her all the time. That's a match coming up soon. Sarah Logan appearing for the first time in 3 months on television or pay-per-view. On the NXT side, Io Shirai and Candice LeRae have been having problems, so there might be some friction going on there. Toni Storm is just filling a gap. Bianca Belair is fantastic, but she doesn't have a program going on right now, which is weird is that she teamed up with Shayna Baszler's team last night, but now she is on Rhea Ripley's team tonight, which faced Baszler last night. Sounds like a program brewing there. So, I think I have just told you everything that's happening with every single female on this match. Who are we picking? Well, it is Sunday, and Charlotte always wins on Sunday. The women did not do a whole lot on the NXT WarGames match. I mean, Belair and Shirai, well, Toni Storm, well, who am I kidding here? If we're having the NXT women win this match, the ones that are going to stand in the ring by themselves, Rhea Ripley and Candice LeRae. It'll be a recap of what happened last week. Maybe. Because Io Shirai and Bianca Belair were on the opposing team. I see a lot of dissension happening in this match. I see a lot of stuff happening in this match. So, which team then shows the most cohesion? I am going to go. Oh, God. I don't know. And I may have to lock it, too. This is one of the first ever women's matches that's been given this much thought. I feel like going to SmackDown. I feel like picking Team SmackDown on this. The problem that I'm having is I'm trying to imagine who the sole survivors are going to be. Sasha Banks, she really hasn't been doing much in the ring. She's going to be very limited in her ring time. Nikki Cross? Nikki Cross being the... Oh boy. Oh, boy. This is going to hurt. This is really, really going to hurt. It's not about, no, I hear you, Grash. The person that needs the biggest push right now is Ripley. No, not really. Who needs a push? No one really needs anything here, okay? All the people need is TV time. And who am I giving the most TV time to? Who's been taking advantage of it the most? Nikki Cross. She beat up everyone with a trash can lid on NXT last week. She had a match against Sasha Banks with Bayley at ringside. That's why everything right now looks at Nikki Cross to me. Man. Charlotte being Charlotte. Charlotte Flair is going to do Charlotte Flair things on the Raw side. Sarah Logan's going to get pinned quickly. I wish I could lock Sarah Logan being pinned first. But that's not the point of these predictions. All right, Doug, damn it. Make a decision. Make a decision. All right. Fine. Team SmackDown. SmackDown women are winning. I'm not locking it. I cannot lock it. I can't do it. Oh, boy. 4 more matches, 3 more locks. Let's go. Triple threat tag team match. Viking Raiders from Raw. They are the Raw Tag Team Champions. Big E and Kofi Kingston, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly of Undisputed Era, champions of the Tag Team Persuasion with NXT. Man. No, it's not going to be NXT. NXT is not winning. Well, NXT is not going to win this match. NXT is going to get pinned. The Viking Raiders are not doing well, in my opinion. They no-sell like mad. Nothing's been put up against them. They haven't had a fight put up to them. Watch for AOP. That's what I'm waiting for. That's why New Day is going to win this match. Lock it. AOP run-in to knock out the Viking Raiders. I'm saying it, putting it out there. I know I sound like a broken record. Doug, you are such a mark for the AOP, but damn it, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to do it. Now's the time to do it. The Vikings need a win. The Vikings need to sell. Vikings need a match that lasts longer than 10 minutes. Triple threat for all these women champions. I lock New Day. Okay. Becky Lynch, Raw Women's Champion. Bayley, SmackDown Women's Champion. Shayna Baszler, NXT Champion. Shayna Baszler took the fall in the Women's WarGames match last night. Bayley has been a chicken shit, and Becky Lynch has been Becky Lynch. This is about wow, this is tougher than you think. Okay? Gil's saying Shayna, obviously, because you never bet against Shayna. That's my problem. Becky comes out on top, CJ says, because there's no other women's champ that matters. But I have a soft spot in my heart for chicken shit heels in triple threat matches. Bayley's just there to take the pin. She's also there to capitalize when the other one does all the dirty work. You do realize that 4 of the 5 picks that I've made so far have all been from SmackDown. Bayley pinning Becky? That can happen. That can happen. If I've got the SmackDown women winning, Sasha Banks can help out. But Shayna's got a lot of friends. Shayna's got a lot of friends. I can't do it. I've always done it. I get burned by it, and I cannot do it. I've got to learn my lesson. Always learn your lessons, Doug. Shayna Baszler, lock it. Never bet against Shayna Baszler. Never. Never. If it's herself and no one else, you never bet against her. No, I've got to pick her. I really, really thought about picking Bayley in this one. I really, really thought Bayley was going to get this one. No. I'll take Shayna, locking it. For the WWE Universal Championship, Bray the Fiend Wyatt faces Daniel Bryan. I've got one lock. I'm pretty freaking confident. I'm really, really confident. But do I do the lock on this one or the lock on the next one? Do I do the lock on this or not? All right. Yeah. Wow. No, I can't do that. No. All right. First off, who wins? I got to double check something. First off, I thought there was an announcement involving this match in that, wait, Rey Mysterio, Brock Lesnar is no DQ, right? Okay. So this is a regular match, right? A regular match. Because if this were a Hell in a Cell match, it would be threatened to be a no contest. I don't know. What am I doing with everyone after this match? The next pay-per-view is TLC. Am I having these two in a TLC match? I could. I'm going to have these two in a TLC match. Want to carry it on? We can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. TLC. Brian looks like, let's see. We can carry this on into TLC, which means that Bray loses dirty. No, he wins dirty, which means it'll be a DQ. Brian wins. The Miz could interfere. The Miz is doing jack and shit. Yes. That's what it is. Yes. That's what it is. Oh, we're finally getting the payoff. Are we finally getting the Miz Daniel Bryan payoff that we've been asking for over a year? All right. Wyatt wins. Bray wins. Can't lock it. I cannot lock it. I cannot lock Bray. Because who knows, something else may happen. Because I got a feeling, who knows, Miz may come and interfere and Bryan gets the win by DQ. I can't make that. I cannot make that. This is the time. The Miz has hardly been doing anything in the ring for the past 2 or 3 months. All he's been doing is Miz TV segments and taping his show for USA for Season 3. Now is the time for the Miz to come roaring back. And now is the time for that Miz-Daniel Bryan feud that we did not get at this year's WrestleMania. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. CJ saying, imagine we get a ref bump. Miz hits the Fiend with skull-crushing finale. No, the Fiend hasn't sold a goddamn thing. But he can hit Bryan with the SCF. I don't see it being for a title. The Miz Daniel Bryan does not need a title. It just needs to be the two of them hating the shit out of each other. That's all it's going to be. And it would absolutely crash. Miz Bryan would kick off WrestleMania. It'd be fantastic. And you carry on this thing, okay? Don't give them a match at TLC. No. Don't give them a match at TLC. You just give them a regular match at TLC, and all shit happens. Put them in the Royal Rumble. They're going after each other. They eliminate each other. Then you have Fastlane. You put them in an irrelevant tag team match or something, and it goes off the rails. WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan, The Miz, anything goes, just like The Miz Shane McMahon did this previous WrestleMania. That's how I'm booking it, right there. That's how I'm booking it. I gotta have The Miz Daniel Bryan. I've got to. Not because of what we didn't get. It's because of the segment we had this previous Friday when Daniel Bryan was calling out Wyatt and out came The Miz. The Miz was fantastic in painting the picture between these two. And the match never ended because The Fiend showed up and replaced The Miz in the corner. We've got to have this. This is so great. I'll take the hit for it, but I can't lock it. I can't lock this match. Daniel Bryan, The Fiend beats Daniel Bryan with The Miz helping out. And finally, for the WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar defending against Rey Mysterio. It is no DQ. Anything goes. Oh, that's a no fucking brainer. Brock, lock it. No brainer. Brock, lock it. Bork. I'll take Bork. No problem. What are we doing after this? Cain Velasquez is what we're doing after this. What we got in South Dakota at Crown Jewel was horse shit. We are going to try to make this a little better for WrestleMania. But we're going to make it sweeter. In order to protect Cain Velasquez, we're going to make it a triple threat at WrestleMania. We're going to throw Seth Rollins into the mix. Oh, that pisses you off? Good. CJ saying, I'm telling you, Velasquez will interfere. Mysterio walks out champ. Then I deserve it. Then I deserve this. I deserve it. I will be glad to take down that lock if Mysterio wins, becomes champion. They're going to Mexico City on Saturday. And it's going to be Mysterio versus Wyatt. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Mexico City can have a champion versus champion match. God. Oh, God damn it. Ah. Damn it, CJ, why you do this? Really? Oh, boy. Dominic could interfere, too. God damn it. Oh, boy. And it's been painted so well, too. The Rey Mysterio angle of being the underdog, that was the little shit that was going to retire that's been building for 4 months now. No! Don't do this to me. Don't have me wager a tequila shot to this. And of all the people to wager a tequila shot to, it's Rey Mysterio. Someone help me. CJ, you're a horrible person. Anyone. Okay. All right. Grash is saying refer back to Cena versus Brock. Cena used the chain and beat Brock. Mashoon is saying Bork is going to retain. God. All right. If I'm going to lose, I want to lose on this one. I have no problem losing on this one, okay? Either way, however the hell it turns out, I know that everyone's going to look at me and just go, what are you going to do, Doug? I switch it. Okay, goddamn it, CJ, this is your fault. Take Ray. He's going to be the new champ. Lock it. I have to lock it. I have to. It's the last match. I still have one lock to give. I'm forced into it. Oh, God damn it. This is going to suck. All right. So those... CJ, I'll drink with you if we both lose. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, what are you going to do? You're going to do a shot of Fanta? All right. I'm sorry, CJ. I joke. Gil saying, I told you Survivor Series was difficult. Yeah, it sure is. Let's go back over them. All right, here we go. Survivor Series predictions that I'm sure are going to be horrible. All right, we have got Pete Dunn winning against Adam Cole, fearing some chicanery is going to happen. Adam Cole is still going to retain. Triple threat of AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm taking Nakamura with a shiny new title, and I'm going to lock it. Winning. Men's Survivor Series triple threat elimination match. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown versus Team NXT. We don't know who's on Team NXT, but it doesn't matter because we're picking SmackDown to win. Women's triple threat Survivor Series elimination style match of Team Raw, Team SmackDown, and Team NXT. We are taking Team SmackDown again for the win. Tag team champions in a triple threat style match of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT varieties. We are taking the New Day from SmackDown to win the tag team triple threat match, and we're locking it. The women's champions from all three brands are going to be facing each other in a triple threat match of Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Shayna Baszler. We are taking Shayna Baszler in that one, and we're going to lock it. Bray Wyatt, El Fiendo de Monaco del blah, 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 facing Daniel Bryan and defending his Universal title. We are taking Bray Wyatt to win in that match. And finally, because I hate you all so much, Brock Lesnar defending the WWE Championship against Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, your new WWE Champion, and I'm locking it. Oh, my God. Grash saying we love you too, Doug. Thank you, Grash. And that is Wrestleview Weekly for today. Xantrix saying you're nuts. Yeah, I am. The sources are true. Tune in later tonight on this very location on the YouTubes of the Wrestleview channel to catch me and Mike Tedesco talking about this show, how much I'm a dum-dum because I don't know shit about professional wrestling, and all about other stuff, and maybe about life in general, you know? People got new jobs, maybe people got new tiny humans, and we'll talk about wrestling and the wrestling that you just watched with us. You know what? I'm also kind of thinking, who would like to watch the pay-per-view with me on the Twitch? I'm just putting it out there. Who would like to watch the pay-per-view with me on the Twitch? Grash, if Brock wins, will you take the shot tonight on the review show? It depends on how many shots. It depends on how many locks. You know? CJ would, Jamel would, Grash, I'll watch with you. Xantrix, okay, so it's sold. Okay, so all right, so here we go. I'm going to be watching the pay-per-view anyway. Oh, wee! That's right, Mashoon. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Okay, on the Twitch, I'll put the links on the Facebook page. I'll put the links on the Twitters. Just keep an eye out. Check out my account on the Twitter, @DougWrestleview. Go to the Wrestleview Media Group page on the Facebook. I'll be making a post on there regarding... I'll be on the Twitch. I'm going to be watching Survivor Series. It's not going to be live on air. You're not going to hear any audio piped in. Just be watching it along with you guys. The chat going on at the same time. How does that sound? Sound like a fun time? Sounds kind of fun to me. I just got to make sure I have plenty of fun sources with me. But I do enjoy it and everything. been a while since we've done a little watch along. So keep an eye out on the Twitter account. Keep an eye out on the Facebook page. I'll be sending out links. Sound cool? Sounds cool. Probably be around the pre-show time. I'll be on during the pre-show. So if you can stomach me for the amount of time and not Morrow. Wow, what is that saying? You can stomach me more than Morrow. Well, maybe it's because Morrow is sober. Okay, all right. Thank you all so much for showing up, tuning in today. Those of you that are watching on demand, I hope you really enjoy the Survivor Series and pray for my liver's demise. Check out the Facebook group. Check out the Twitter page. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. I already said that. But the one thing I have not said, and thank you for everyone showing up in the chat room. Everyone who's showing up that said, wee! Xantrix, Jamel, Gills, Grash, CJ, Lewis was in there. Lewis, Jason, Men's Jacob was in there. Everyone else who showed up in the chat room, thank you all so much for showing up. Hope to see you in the chat over on the Twitch. And as always, I went into great deal about it, why this is the motto. This is the tagline I say to end the show, and I hope it was brought to full effect today. See you all later tonight, and as always, know when you're being sold to.